Well, hi, my name is Mike Creasy. Today is Sunday, April the 1st, 2018, and although it may seem like an April Fool's Day, it's actually a pretty significant day. This is Easter Sunday, and Easter was always a very important day to my parents and my ancestors, and for me, for quite a few years until my middle years, it became less important. But now that I'm 80 years old, it's becoming more important again. So it's kind of like um, studying for your finals, right? So Brian and Teresa and Michelle, as a matter of fact, have asked me to maybe make a few recordings and just tell you a few stories about my life and what I can remember of my parents and grandparents. And so it seemed like Easter Sunday would be an appropriate day to start. I don't know why, other than it just seems an appropriate day to start. So I'll tell you a few things. I don't have any written notes. Um, this is going to be in many, many chapters because as I think of something to tell you, I will just make a little video of that, and hopefully somebody, probably not me, will put it all together into chapters of like subjects and that kind of stuff by either time, date, or by who was involved and that kind of thing. So here I am. It's about 7:30 in the evening. I've had dinner, and I thought it might be just a nice time just to start and get a small start on this. I've been meaning to start this for months actually. Um, I was born in Exeter, England, August 12th, 1937. That makes me today 80 and a half years old, something like that. I was born to Tess and Hugh Creasy. Uh, Hugh William Creasy was my father, and he was born around 1909 in a little town called Haskerton, which is in Suffolk, England. And my mother is from Irish heritage. Her name is Teresa Cecilia. Last name was Jessup when she was growing up. And she was born in 1910 in a place called Lydd, L-Y-D-D, Kent, in England. I always thought that she was born in Ireland because that's what she always told me. But in fact, I've seen her birth certificate. She wasn't. She was very proud of her Irishness and always wanted everybody to believe she was Irish, but she was actually born in England. Her parents are 100% through and through Irish. Um, just while we're on the subject, I'll see if I can just, it'll be a bit boring, but I'll go back and see what I can remember. Um, my grandfather on my mom's side was Thomas Jessup, Jessop. We don't know much about his parents or about his heritage because the story was that he was a foundling. That means he was left on somebody's doorstep, and he was an orphan. I think that was a good way of covering up an illegitimate pregnancy in those days. We're talking about 1870 or 1880, so a long time ago. And prejudices were pretty strong, especially in Catholic Ireland. My grandmother, Kathleen Lenehan, was born and raised in Cork, or somewhere close to Cork, which is in the southern part of Ireland. I don't know if my grandparents met and married in Ireland before they left for England, but I did see my grandfather's, and it's in the files, my grandfather's application to join the Royal Artillery in 1898. So he would have been about 18 or 19 years old then, and he spent a career in the military. I think he retired as a sergeant or staff sergeant or something like that. But it was in England he retired, and my mother was born in England. She had two older sisters. Now, I don't know where they were born. Ella was the middle sister, and Molly was the oldest of the three girls. They may well have been born in Ireland, I don't know. On my dad's side, my father, like I said, was born in 1909 in Hasketon. He was one of, I guess, 7 children, I think. In the middle, I think the oldest was, oh gosh, now,